Welcome to the Waxing Podcast, where I am doing a solo episode today. And this is actually the first time that I'm doing it on camera, which is kind of weird because I'm like looking at myself talking. So if I look away, it's because I want to act like I'm talking to you and not so much talking to myself. I am so excited to have you on. I think this episode is going to be so beneficial for those that are first starting out or planning on opening your own suite. Or maybe you have your own suite and you just want to get a refresh or a different perspective on, things that I'm buying, things that I'm doing. And yeah, I'm so excited to bring you this episode. I have been working all week on it in terms of like writing things down and making sure I have all my ducks in a row before I come on here and blab to you about everything. But before I go into all of the great takeaways from this episode, I do want to take the time to kind of talk about, where I'm at in my life with my aesthetics career and kind of why this episode is happening, because never did I ever think I was going to be opening my own suite. I've always been happy as an employee, and I honestly still was happy as an employee. But for some of you, you may know that I work for FAVE full-time, and I am the in-house education person. I am also the in-house esthetician, and I cross-functionally help other channels on FAVE as well. So I took a step back from practicing with my clients because I was getting really overwhelmed with the podcast, with FAVE, with taking clients, with the waxing guide. And then obviously I have my new project coming up. I, took a step back from actually taking clients. Well, this month, or I guess it was last month, my sister, who does hair, so she's in the industry as a cosmetologist, but she is not an esthetician. So she has been renting a booth from like an open place where there's multiple chairs in one room and you just rent the chair. So she was looking into wanting a more private space. Well, funny story, her ex-boyfriend's friend's parents own a salon suite in Tampa. So he reached out to her and said, hey, someone is vacating their space, and I wanted to see if you wanted to have a private space. Well, it is more expensive to do that than to rent a chair, but she came to me and asked me if I wanted to just rent one day a week, basically to help her with the rent. And, I thought to myself, like, why not? I love my clients. I really miss taking clients. And as I'm developing my new project that some of you may know has been happening for over a year, I realized that it's actually still really important for me to be in the treatment room, especially when this project launches. So I said yes. And so here I am. I am now getting prepped to take clients April 13th, which will be the first day that I do so. And I've been slowly but surely getting myself ready to do that. Now, I've been really, really fortunate and lucky to have people in my life that are business owners. The power of networking, you guys. So like I said, know that it's so important, and really get yourself out there when you're wanting to introduce people to yourself. Introduce people to yourself. Introduce yourself to people. Guys, I will say it a million times over. I have no idea how I have a podcast because I cannot get my own words in my head to come out properly. But yeah, I've had so many friends that own their own businesses, so they've been really helpful along the way. And so I'm really happy to share what they've shared with me back to you versus things that I have just come about and found myself. And really what's important, because I think most importantly, what you need to realize is that there's a really weird thing happening in the Instagram world when it comes to opening your own business. I think a lot of the times we follow people that have it all going on aesthetically. They have all the fun things. They have, just so much that you can get envious about and want to purchase. And I'm definitely one of those people, along the lines of many others, that always want what someone else has on the internet, looking at them once they've hit like a level of being able to do that, right? So like whether they've been open for 3 years, 6 years, 10 years, maybe they had a bunch of cushion money that they were able to spend, right? But in the beginning, a lot of these people do not have the resources and the funds to be able to make that happen. So we're never looking at those person's journeys in the beginning. We're usually looking at them later on. So just an important thing to remember. And that's why I love this episode so much, because since I'm just working 1 day a week, I don't want to put a ton of money into this space because I'm there only one time a week. And I think that I also find it really important to be profitable as immediate as I can. So I don't want, 3 months down the road, because remember, I'm working one time a week. So 3 months down the road could just be 12 times in the suite and still paying off the debt of starting a new business. So if you're going to be working more, that that's going to be a little bit different for you. Or if I was going more full time, I would probably invest a little bit more. So that's why I think it's important, this episode, for new estheticians that don't have that much money to start out with, but still want a cute space that has really great stuff. So I'm really excited to announce, before I get started on my own little rant about all of the things that I did, but I actually added, so for those that don't know, I have a website called The Waxing Guide, where I teach 15-minute Brazilian waxes using both hard wax and soft wax. The hard wax that is being used is by an instructor out of Arizona. I flew her out to do it. So we truly do have two experts on the table, myself being the soft wax person. But I also have two other guides. And so one of the other guides is the student guide, which is a PDF file of really stuff that they don't teach you in school. The third file is actually called the business guide, where my instructor for hard wax, her name is Mackenzie, developed a lovely breakdown of really everything that you need advice given to you to start your own business. And so I have that guide up. It's $95 to purchase, but I added just today a new link in that file that has how I prepped my suite, using all of the things I'm going to talk about today, with links sent to all of those places. And so I'm not kidding you guys. What's taken me hours and hours and days and weeks is going to take you minutes, because if you like what I have to say here, then just buying the business guide not only gets you the business guide material that was already given to you by Mackenzie, which is service pricing advice, consent forms with an attachable printable form, policy info, license and insurances, business names and LLCs, finding your location, and a booking system. You also get my version, which is how I prepped my suite using insurance, booking site, financial handlings, consent forms, supplies, and then what those supplies are. But they all have links that will directly take you to the site, which I find really fun. And then also attached is a full breakdown list of every single thing that you need in a suite. They don't have links clicked to them, but you can, there's a portion that I have under this clickable link that says supplies. And it says a lot of these supplies have come from Amazon. So like sticks, spoolies, things like that, but it's listed all on this other PDF file on the business guide. And I am giving you 25% off for the business guide. So not only are you getting an amazing, great PDF with linkable, actionable items, but you are getting it for 25% off. And that code is 25 for you. So 25 FORYOU. I'll have it in the link below, and you can click it and start shopping. And hopefully I am able to make your life so much easier. Okay, so let's talk about it. So as I was opening, my own suite, of course, you have to agree with the suite by signing the lease agreement, which it's 6 months, a year, deposit, and all that stuff. So most of that stuff you're going to get through them, which is the beauty of signing with a suite franchise, if you will. You get a lot of that stress taken off of you, like toilet paper, paper towels, access to bathrooms, water, things like that. It's all included within your rent. Okay. So a lot of that stuff will be taken care of for you if you go that route. Now, if you go brick and mortar route, obviously I would never suggest that as somebody who is just opening, but to each its own. So since that's all taken care of, what I really looked at next, luckily for me, I already had my LLC, my sole proprietorship. To be honest, my accountant, I'm trying to think what I even ended up doing. I was like, accountant, this is what I have. What should I do? And I'm pretty sure I have an LLC. Anyway, that's first, right? So you want to make sure you have a legitimate business. And so I contacted an accountant. I highly recommend you do the same thing. I did this a year, 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. So this has been something I've had. But if you're looking to open your own business, make sure you have it put into, your state's requirements. So whether it's an LLC, whether it's a sole proprietorship, your accountant should be able to tell you which one fits best for your business. I already have that. So I have the waxing guide. So what I did is I ended up using an umbrella form to have this business under the waxing guide. So my waxing guide business is called the Waxing Guide Suite, right? After that, I thought to myself, okay, so what comes next, right? Protection for yourself. So that's whenever I got into the insurance. So number one thing, please make sure you guys have insurance for your business. I mean, nothing can be worse than getting sued for lifting somebody's skin and you have no protection around you because that person went to the doctor and was scared and now has a $700 bill, right? So insurance, I went through a program called ASCP, which they always say your business partner, not an insurance provider. So they give you other tools and tips. And then I actually have a pamphlet right here, which I'm on camera now. So hi. They sent this into the mail and this has, my certification of insurance. You also get something like this that you can hang on your wall that people know that you're legit and that you're covered. I think that that's really important, especially when people are used to going to providers that may not even be licensed, right? I mean, I don't think so that much anymore, but it used to be. So I have this and I feel like it was $200. It might have even been less, $250. I did this a couple of weeks ago. As you guys can tell, I've been purchasing a ton of stuff. So at this point, I'm like forgetting how much things cost. But it was, $259. Really inexpensive, a full year coverage. And I think I got like a $6 million liability limit. Great, right? Next, I wanted to make sure I had a place for people to book. So I ended up going with Square because Square is free. Also, because I'm only taking clients 1 day a week. But as I've been doing research a little bit more, I realized that a lot of people, if you put Square and Gloss Genius up next to each other, a lot of people like Gloss Genius better. And a lot of my friends also use Vagaro. So just a couple of sites there. What comes next after clients is when they book. So when they book, they come into you, they get their service, and now you have to check them out. So I know that some people will just Venmo, some people will Cash App, especially when they're just starting out. I really advise you not to do that because, again, we want to make sure that we are giving our clients an experience and we want them to take us seriously. So putting your Venmo up as a payment form, I do not approve. But what I do approve of is having a card reader that looks more professional but can still be affordable. So I ended up purchasing one from Square, and I have the link, put on that file, just so you know. So all of these things are clickable, but I went through a program. It was called Square. It's like the little white things that you see in a lot of businesses, but I bought a mini one and then I bought a stand for it so that I could put it on my desk or my cabinet, wherever it can fit, just so I have my clients being able to be the ones to physically do that with their card. And then, it goes to my phone because it's Bluetooth, and then I can hand them my phone. They can put a tip and sign. So yeah, another thing is consent form. So I ended up using a free consent form. It is called Jot form. Again, if you purchase the business guide, you not only will get a link to this form that I use, but you can also get a free form that Mackenzie filled out for you that you can print out and use in your business, or at least take the questions from. So either way, you have a do it for you. Again, I wanted a free template because I simply am working 1 day a week. I'm not trying to invest in one, but I feel like if you, are somebody who plans to work 2 to 4 times a week, whatever that may be, 4 times a week is usually, or 5, then maybe upgrade this and do something a little bit better. But I do also believe that whenever you have like Vagaro and Gloss Genius, maybe even Square, whenever you purchase a booking site with a monthly fee, sometimes they also provide you with the templates. And then once you have your consent form, you can go one of two ways with this. So you can either print them and have them in a file for those to fill out and then you store, or you can do what I did and create a QR code, which I have linked to the place that I went. And what's really cool about the QR code is that they can either use, like you can screenshot that QR code on your phone, and then they can use their phone to put it up against your phone and pull the information from. Or I felt like this was really cute too. I saw this on Etsy and I have both of the ones linked as well, but they are QR codes that they put in like really cute, like frames that you can frame on your wall or frame on your desk. And when your client comes in, they can use the QR code there. And you can also put like your Facebook, your Instagram, and other things like that. Like there's a QR code for one, and then there's QR codes for like 4 things. So I thought that was really cute. You can find those on Etsy. Again, supplies, I went through a lot of it's from Amazon. So like my smaller things, like I said, a whole list is provided on the business guide for every single thing that you need. And I have used that so many times, you guys. So whenever I was opening my own business, I actually pulled up the business guide from the waxing guide, and I use that to direct and guide me through opening the suite. And one of the biggest things that I used was the supply list. So the supply list is, like I said, every single thing you need: 4x4 spatulas, a table, a bed, a dresser. Like they're all labeled. None of them have links to things that I have used, but they all it's like a checklist. So you can be like, okay, I have this, I have this, I have this. Nothing's worse than being in your suite and being like, effing F, I don't have barbicide, or I don't have cavi wipes, or I don't have this paper towel that I need for X. So it's all included for you. And then I want to get talking about certain items that I have invested in that have also come from the beauty industry. And so I'm really happy about talking about these. And I hope that you guys know that I only promote things that I absolutely love. And none of these are coming with a link or a code that I get anything from. This is just me genuinely sharing what I love in this beauty industry, because I've tried a lot of shiz. So first and foremost, my sister's a hairdresser and I'm a waxer. So what do we not have in common? A bed. My sister uses a chair. I use a bed because I do body waxing. And so I really needed a portable bed. I have one from Amazon. It was about $75. And I swear to God, every single time I get on it, I think it's going to collapse. And so whenever I realized I was, taking clients and I needed a portable bed, this one in my head goes out the door. I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to have the stress of a client getting onto my bed and not, knowing that it's going to be sturdy enough for them. Like my biggest fear in life is a client breaking, not my client breaking the bed, but the bed breaking. Period. Not because of a client, not because of anything, because it sucks. And so I was looking forever for a bed. And the problem with portable beds is that they are lightweight. So typically they don't hold a lot of weight on them. And that was a problem for me because I need a portable bed. I cannot have a bed that stands there. It just isn't happening. So if you have the luxury of that, amazing. If you want a really great portable bed option, I have one for you. So I finally found one on Starpill. And whenever you're listening to this, I don't know if it's tomorrow, I don't know if it's next week, but they do have a sale going on right now. But I got a black portable bed, and it says on the internet that it's 300-pound weight limit. But when I talked to the CEO, he actually told me that it's been tested for 400 pounds. So that made me really happy. It's also really sturdy looking and it looks really quality. So I'm excited for that. They also have different colors. I saw they have like black, blue, pink, all of the things. I got black just because that is what I wanted to choose. Now let's talk about wax. So I have been waxing for 5 years. Okay. I've tested out a lot of wax. I've also had the luxury of having people send me wax to try. And because of those freebies, I've either loved or realized I didn't like. So these are my 2 favorite wax brands right now. Number 1, Starpill. Star Soft is the wax. It is a soft wax. They also have Star Soft in hard wax. Guys, honestly, like when it comes to Starpill, my love for them runs deep in ways that I can't explain. Well, I can, but I love the 360 approach with Star Pill. I love that you can get on the phone with a customer service person and say, hey, I'm taking 5 clients a day. How much wax should I use? Hey, I'm taking 20 clients a day and my, employee is taking 50 clients a week. How much wax should we use? So like you really do get that great 360 approach from this brand. They also have really great wax that's really, really high quality and feels extremely luxurious. So the Starsoft is one of my favorite waxes. I have had a hard time finding a wax that compares to it. And I mean, I want to say it's like in the upper $20 to purchase. But again, one brow wax will cover the entire can. So think of it like that. Another brand that I absolutely love is called Wax One, and I get this specifically from Bare Beauty Wax Supply. I've linked both of these items and the one that I get, but I also love their wax. And then I have to give a shout out to Brie with Rebel Wax. I don't do hard wax, but I certainly do know that she has a great reputation for her wax, and a lot of my friends I've been waxing for many, many years say that they love. And then Natural Verde, I met them in IECSC in New York. They seem amazing, really nice. I'm sure their customer service matches. I have not tried their wax long enough to give you an idea, but those are definitely the top 2, Star Pill and Wax One. Wax One has a clear one, which I love. I'm like a sucker for clear wax. Okay, let's see. So what have we covered? So we've done insurance, we've done booking sites, finance handling, which is that Square device. We've done consent form, supply, portable bed, wax, and now we will move to retail. So I'm really picky when it comes to retail. I really want my clients to get good results, A, most important, but B, I want them to have a really great product that looks good on their shelf and also looks good on my shelf, because I worked really hard to make my suite cute and I want the products to also complement my style. So of course you guys are going to know that I'm going to say Fur. So Fur has not only products that work, but products that look really good on shelves. So that's what I recommend. Another product that I've been loving is called Lamination on the Go. It's by Renee with Brow Down Studio. And this lamination stuff has changed my life personally. And so I cannot wait for my clients to get their hands on it. It's a product that you put on your brows to pretty much hold them still, and they hold. Like you look like you had a lamination once you've used this product. And so for me, this is going 2 ways in my room. So I'm either going to use it on my clients that are interested in lamination but don't want to commit. They can have the lamination on the go. Or if my clients are doing lamination, I'm probably going to end up selling one to all of them so that when they are almost coming at the end of their lamination duration, that they can start to apply it to get that long lasting benefit. And then shout out to Kelly Baker, because in my opinion, if you're a brow artist, you have to carry this line. When I say have to, I mean have to, okay? When you are filling in these people's brows and you are able to make them look amazing with your talent, they are going to want to replicate that after their service. So I 100% recommend the brow products from her. Like I said, you don't have to purchase any of these, but these are the stuff that I purchased for my room. So my retail wall is going to be Fur products, lamination on the go, and I'm going to be filling in my brows with KBB. And a couple of other ones that I want to talk about. So shout out to Brie again, her bed covers. So I love her wax pads. She's been selling them for a very long time. And I don't know if you've currently or have used the white roll paper, but it's so wasteful. It ends up filling your trash can so fast and you have a whole day of waxing, but now you're going through 2 trash bags. This completely changed the game for me. I absolutely love being able to just disinfect this wax pad and to reuse, because not only is that saving me space in my trash can, but it's also eco-friendly and it is also just more luxe looking to me. I absolutely love it. Of course, my advice is when you have that client come in, just disinfect it in front of them so that they know. And I always disinfect it with Cabby wipes, but a really great one. Lighting, I would have to say Cosmoglow and Glamcore. I ended up getting a free one at the show. So that is, I say free one like I didn't just name 2 products. Glamcore. So Glamcore, I have a free one from the show. So I'm going to start with that one. But honestly, Cosmoglow looks amazing in people's rooms. So if you're more of like a brow person, or you do facials, or you do lashes, I would say Cosmoglow for sure. But if you do body waxing, I can see why Glamcore is a more suitable option because of its flexibility. And yeah, I know I talked so fast, but those are truly some of my absolute must-haves. There's also some must-haves that I have in here, like lamination and what brand I'm with, and brow tint and what brand I'm with. Not with, but chose. I'm sorry. Because like I said, I'm not with any of these brands. This is just all stuff that I truly love, but I wanted to share it with you. Like I said, I do have this linked in thewaxingguide.com, and then you click the business guide, and then at checkout you can use code 25 for me, and this has a whole guide for starting your business that Mackenzie, one of our instructors, did, as well as mine that I just made personally, which I made for this specific podcast. And I think it's so helpful. And I hope to have helped you guys a little bit today. I also have some things in here that I didn't mention, plus some little notes that I made by each one, reasons that I liked it and things like that. So yeah, I'm so excited to add value to the business guide. I've been meaning to do it for a long time, and this really just pushed me to do that exact thing. And so thank you so much for being a part of my journey as always. And thank you guys for being my journey as a part of my journey as I'm opening this suite. I plan to share so much more and so many things that I've learned. I also plan on doing a lot of like vlog and documentary things on my Instagram. I've been having a lot of fun doing that. If you have any questions for me, please reach out to me on Instagram. I am Tampa Waxer. Please let me know your questions. Please let me know your thoughts. I feel like a lot of my good ideas have come from you guys. And if you ever want to guest on, I have like a list of guests that I'm just like dying to ask and who are and will be on here in 2023. But if you guys have a guest that you want to hear from, please let me know. I will reach out to them. I will invite them on, and I will help share their wisdom through the podcast. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.